Hey guys, it's Prime. Today's video is going to be focusing on Godzilla, as you can see. Mainly focusing on the King of Kaiju mode, which is basically a fighting game where you just fight the monsters. As you can probably tell, I'm going to mess up many of the names. Japanese ain't my main language, and it's pretty hard for me to say their names clearly. Yeah, as you can tell, this game isn't the best game, but it's a great game if you're a Godzilla fan, or if you love giant monsters. I chose Mecha Ghidorah because he was the most powerful character I got. I got him from failing at doing this mode in the first place. Because when you face a character, you unlock them. The main game itself is pretty boring, just walking around destroying buildings. It's not as fun as it sounds. The graphics ain't great, as you can tell. The best part of the game is fighting the Kaiju. It's mainly walk to a place, wait for the data to upload, done. Then attack the generators, and maybe, if you're lucky, if there's a certain mission, fight a monster. And that's every level. And you've got to do it over and over and over again. Yeah, it's a little bit boring. But this mode is really cool. And to be fair, the main game, it's got its issues with its graphics and stuff, but I kind of like him. But maybe it's because I'm a Godzilla fan. And I didn't talk about that fight at all. But I do have another chance to talk about Mecha Godzilla, but I'll leave that later. For now, we got, I'm gonna mess this name up, Ghidorah? I think it's Ghidorah, that's how you say it. Ghidorah. That sounds better, Ghidorah. If I remember, he's a mutant, is it pollution? I think that's what he is. As you can see, main attacks are triangle, which is a strong attack, and Mecha Ghidorah's case is he stretches his neck and hits really hard. The square attack scissors him. The circle attack is a special attack, which is normally a breath attack. Triangle is jump, or in this one, in King Ghidorah's case, allows you to fly and attack. But it's hard to pull off, that's why I didn't do it much in these battles. You've also got the ability to move around the whole map, but it's not really useful. So if you do that, you can find it hard to target. Like sometimes when I fly, I land and I'm in a totally different direction. Also, by doing this mode, you unlock parts and of different characters, which you use in a crafting system to create the other characters and upgrade them. When I said that by facing different characters that you unlock them, I wasn't quite true, because with the bug characters like Mothra and Bacteria, you only unlock their larva forms. At this point in time, I'm not sure how to unlock their larger forms, but I assume it's part of the crafting system. I love the colours and design of Mothra, I always have. Though he's just a simple moth, and he seems harmless. He's a pain to fight. Okay. My voice is going. Around is a problem. As you can see in this battle, I was doing the flying attacks. Since this character flies, I knew I had time to pull it off. There's also other moves. I can't remember if I use it in these battles. There's another move where you flap your wings and push an enemy back. But the main way to beat baddies is to basically do a combo, like do square then triangle, and then when you've waited over time, use the special attack. Pretty obvious, really. Attacking the scenery in this game doesn't make any difference, in this part of the game, should I say. In the main mode it matters because you get experience, but it allows you to get bigger. But in this mode it does nothing except look cool. 4 minutes, and the target time is 8. But for the 4 one of the trophies is under 10. So I'm still on track for that one. Here's Argus. I've always liked his design. So like an armadillo, a giant spiky armadillo, and his rolling attack. Always thought he was a good monster, even when it was just a man in a suit. I've always liked him. Another problem with this game is you always start, when you start a round, you always start with the back facing, the camera facing your back, and you can't see where you're going or what you're doing. So I always move the camera to the left so you get a more fighting game style view, which seems to work. It looks like Argus has an armor when he shoves his back into the character, which would make perfect sense. I mean armor in the sense of a fighting game. I tried flying in and I avoided the spinning attack, which is powerful. I would assume that is breath attack, or equivalent of. Oh, there I just used his scream attack. I think it's more of a taunt, but the screams in this game, they sound so much like the monsters. I really, really love them. There's Argus down. Sorry if my voice is going, I've been a bit ill lately. And next up is Mecha Godzilla 2. I didn't really talk about the last Mecha Godzilla, I was more talking about the game itself. But Mecha Godzillas I've always enjoyed them, I thought they were cool. And in this game, I'm not actually sure what the difference is. I still need to play as them to learn, I guess. But this battle wasn't hard at all. As well as Mecha Godzilla, in the films, even King Kong gets a mecha form, Mecha Kong. Which I just wanted to add that because that was a bit of useless but fun info. Because with the up and coming Godzilla vs King Kong film, which will be after the new King Kong film, the idea that there could be a Mecha Kong and Mecha Godzilla is just a good idea. Here I'm trying to do the flying attack again and actually hitting, and it's coming off really good, so I keep trying. Then I'll get hit by his eye beams. And there he is, knocked him down. So I'm still on track for the below 10 trophy. Am I gonna do it? Next up, King Ghidorah. And this is the last one of the mode. But not the end of the video. There's still quite a bit of the video left. But I'll explain that after. So you can see I keep dashing into him, but I missed because he had moved. Here at this level, there was more buildings and it was harder to get to King Ghidorah. Here I pulled off a really cool throw. I'm not sure how I did it. But that throw looked really cool, the way it grabbed him with the hooks and the claw. There King Ghidorah uses the wing move, which I've got also. Okay. I try and do it, and instead I do the taunt.
Oh, I didn't know I had that move.
Yeah, I'm trying to fly again. It does quite a good bit of damage. The reason why I'm using King Ghidorah is because I tried using him online and I beat a guy who was unstoppable. He was really powerful. Well, with King Ghidorah, I managed to beat him. So I thought, give it a go with it in this mode. And as you can see, I'm doing pretty well. But it's weird that I'm facing my an alternate version of my character. A younger version. Because the mecha version came afterwards. But in the game, I happened to face King Ghidorah earlier. As you can see here, we're both flying and both doing attacks. I tried doing the spin attack, which hit him. This is the end of the challenge, and it's a pretty good face-off, to be fair. And I just remembered how King Ghidorah became Mecha Ghidorah. He lost the battle to Godzilla, who ripped off two of his heads. No, one of his heads. Yeah. And then the aliens transformed him into Mecha Ghidorah. And that's the end of that mode. But there were, did it again, and there were a few battles that I thought I wanted to show you. Because they were good characters for classics from the series. But here's the results from that. I did it under 10 and just over 8, so I didn't get what I needed. But I did get a trophy out of that. Next up, you got Mothra, or the larvae of Mothra. You didn't see him last time. The reason why I want to show you this, sorry, my voice is going again. The reason why I want to show you this is because the Mothra larvae is so small you can't hit him. Certain moves just miss him all the time, and it's a pain. This is why he was beating me. So I couldn't counter his moves, I couldn't hit him. I had to figure out which moves were low attacks so I could hit him. How could this little caterpillar thing beat me? He didn't beat me, but he got close, as you'll see. When a character flashes, it normally means that it's got armour in some way. I tried flying away and he slingshotted me. Yeah, there it worked. And it caused quite a bit of damage. Yeah, the reason why I'm doing so badly in this fight is just because of his size. And yeah, the orange around the sides means I'm dying. But you do regain health, as you can see. And the funny thing is, when the camera moved just now, I tried to move it back and I realised, hey, I'm recording this. Can't really affect the camera, can I? I should really play as Mothra online because of his size difference. It might cause people an issue. That's something to think about. So the only reason to play online would be for the trophies. And there's the end of the Mothra battle. Next up we have Rodan. I've always liked Rodan. The one time, one of the films he's in, I think it was Gamera, robotic turtle. He's a turtle with rocket thrusters on his feet. But I've always liked Rodan. He's just a giant pterodactyl, basically. But I thought I'd show you this because he's a classic. If you want any more battles from this game, let me know in the comments. There are characters like Bataran, Space Godzilla, but I need to face some of them before I can. Though some were free DLC, like the 2014 Godzilla, which does seem pretty powerful and pretty cool looking. Let me know in the comments and I'll make another video. If you want to see the main game, let me know in the comments. Because that one might be fun to do as a video, but I'm not sure because it's a little bit boring or repetitive, but at least one level could be fun. As you can see, Rodan mainly just uses that shockwave attack. And I like using the lasers and trying to dash at him as well. There he goes down. And now for the final video. I couldn't have a Godzilla video without Godzilla. This isn't the 2014 one. This is the one that's used in the game. So it's pretty much just a Japanese Godzilla. As you can see, I love the sound effects and music on this stage and for Godzilla. It just sounds like like Godzilla. I think that's part of the reason I like this game, because they look like the characters from Godzilla. Its sound and the music, it just feels like a Godzilla game. It might be bad, but I guess that's part of its charm, if you can call it that. Like even there, the way he looks like coming from the smoke just looks really cool. This battle was so simple and pretty easy. I basically played the game again, and this was the final battle this time instead of King Ghidorah. But he was a lot easier than King Ghidorah. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Bye guys.